Hello, Lulu. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Happy Monday. The elections are over, or are they? Not really. They're still counting. And as they say, by the hair of our chinny chin chin, we held on to the Senate. That's a good thing. Because if we hadn't, then we could have expected a lot of what happened during those 4 years of that other fella being in office to continue to persist. He's still a factor in this game. Our democracy is still at risk. Every day, it's still at risk. Because they find new ways to undermine us. So everybody has to stay on top of their game and stay on top of taking sure and making sure that you stand up for your rights. You've got to fight for the right to be free. So here we are. Want to say Atlanta, Georgia, we need you all to come out. Georgia, period. We need you to come out and support Senator Warnock in his runoff election. He needs your support all over the country. He needs our moolah. He needs financial support to win this race. They're trying to push through a non-entity. He's a non-factor. He's a pawn. Let's just say what it is. Herschel Walker is a pawn in a chess game. So let's be real. Pay attention. I did a show once before. Are you paying attention? And we think it's over so we can go on about our merry way. No, not so fast. Las Vegas. They were trying to flip you back red. I lived there for almost 30-some years. And it was red the whole time I lived there. But I wasn't as engaged and involved in politics as I am now. I like politics. I pay attention. I watch what people are saying and I watch what people do. So it makes a lot of difference, especially when they walk the walk and they talk the talk. We've seen it. And we've seen it when they walk the walk, when they talk the talk, but they don't walk the same walk. So that's what we have to be, careful about. We can't take no, as they say, wooden nickels. Ain't happening. We're too old for that. We're too old for that. And we have to really get our young adults more engaged, more willing to fight the fight. Because in a minute, it's their fight. They'll be where we are and looking back and saying, man, I thought we did this 20, 30 years ago. And look at us, where we are, seniors, baby boomers. Baby boomers still making a difference, I must say. Ain't nothing wrong with being a baby boomer. Otherwise, we just wouldn't be here. So I just want everybody to make a promise to yourself, make a commitment to yourself, make a commitment to your race, to be involved, to be engaged. If you have to go out and vote again down in Atlanta, go out and vote again. Go vote early. Whatever you have to do to make sure that your vote gets counted, go do it again. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Because I think they would like a civil war. I wouldn't like a civil war. I was watching the interview with Michelle Obama about how the isolation and the pandemic made her feel that she was somewhat depressed. I know I was depressed. I noticed one day when I kept talking about it, I said, this has had an effect on me. Because every time I would turn the TV on, they were shooting somebody in the back. They were killing us. They were killing us left. They were killing us right. No reason. And it was just like, the next day's news. Nobody wants to live like that. Nobody wants to live like that. So I didn't really want to live in this country for a minute. I still have moments like that, but I know um, if I wanted to go somewhere, my husband ain't going. So I guess I'm stuck. But if he ever changes his mind, we out of here. And speaking of my husband, yesterday we celebrated our 12th wedding anniversary. It was a day of mixed emotions. That's probably one of the highlights of my life is being married to a wonderful man. But also on the 13th of November is the day that my brother, Earl Rock Carter, was born in 1946, and my sister, Dion Darcell Mitchell, who was 8 years younger than my brother, born on the same day. And then the sad part about yesterday, even though both my siblings are deceased, and yesterday was also the homegoing 3 years ago now of my mother. So I had, an anniversary and two birthdays and a homegoing. All happened on November 13th. So I take the bitter with the sweet. I had the best mother ever. I had the baddest big brother ever. I had a beautiful, kind, and adoring sister ever. And I got a wonderful husband. So I'm blessed. And my mother gave me everything I needed to continue. My brother gave me a whole lot of what I need to continue. He was the rock. I worked very hard at kind of trying to be the rock in my family and in lives of some of my friends and relatives that may need me. Because sometimes it's not all about yourself. You have to be a little selfless. And sometimes we are given tasks that we may not want to do, but it's something we know we should do. So it's all about the follow through. Follow through. It's not all about you. It's help me help you. Somebody asked me to help them. I'm going to help them so they can help me help them. It's a conversation that we have to have. We had a beautiful dinner last night and a wonderful conversation with a young lady who said that her inspiration was Miss Maya Angelou. When we finished, naturally, I got her phone number because I know her life has been dramatically affected and influenced by the work of Miss Maya Angelou. So, I just want us to pay attention and be kind to one another and do better than we've been doing. We're getting ready for 2023 because I'm going to tell you, we're going to blink our eyes and it will be here. Okay? It will be here. So my guest this evening was unable to make the show, but I was not going to not have my dinner conversation with you. And I was looking to see if
Hello, Lulu. Guess who's coming?
Girl, please. If there were some people that wanted to maybe, now I know this thing would mess up on me when I wanted to do this. Come on the show. And I'm going to just check my Facebook on my phone to see if we have anybody that's tried to comment, because if I mess with this one too much, it might cut out on me. And I just don't feel like that happening right now. And see if I've got anyone that's on the line that wants to my Facebook comment and share with me. Okay. So if you want to get in on this conversation with me this evening, feel free to go to Jantastic Productions at either Facebook or YouTube. Right now, I'm monitoring the Facebook page Jantastic Productions, where I can see comments. If you want to be on camera with me, you can send me your email and I can hook you up so you can come on the show and we can have a conversation. It's a dinner conversation. You know, this evening, you all are all my guests at dinner to have during dinner time. That's why I come on at 7 p.m. every Monday and I replay the show 7 p.m. on Fridays. So, trying to look at some of the things that are coming up for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. The rest of this month, we're going to have Mr. Brandon Hill coming on next Monday, talking about an event that he's having that has to do with the Shawnee Championship basketball team. So I think it's 72, 73. And they're having a big event on December 3rd. So Brandon will be here next week. I think it's December 3rd, to talk about that event that will be going on. I've been in touch with some other people about coming on the show, different areas. The gentleman that was going to be with us tonight, Mr. Tony Ware, is a financial advisor. And a lot of times, we don't teach finance to our children like we should. And he was just going to tell us about some of the products that he can share with my viewers about interest rates and how you can manage your money or your finances or your IRAs or things of that nature with a company that he works for. I won't give them a plug because he didn't come on because he couldn't make it. I think he lives too far that when he gets off work, it takes him a minute to get home. But Tony, we'll see you next time. All right. So today I was just really trying to catch up. Hey, Andy. Catch up with what's been going on with the elections and what's going on in our country, that we may have a chance to maybe set some things straight. One of the things that I know that we need to set straight is that part of the civil rights law that was gutted, okay, that talked about those places or those cities that had to deal with a certain criteria in order before they did the drawing, redistricting, the gerrymandering, the drawing the lines in a different way. We need that civil rights section back into that civil rights law. They talking about student loan forgiveness and immigration. They talking about everything, but the main thing that Black folks know we need, which is to put that back in the bill, in the law, and make it law, and correct some of these voting right laws so they can stand, that they can't be knocked down just state by state when they feel like it to make it suit their own purpose. Come on, y'all, pay attention. I'd like to think that, that Black folks are pretty astute. And I know we're astute because, see, it's our vote that's making the change. Trust me, it's our vote. We're picking presidents, we're picking senators, okay? We're picking secretaries of state, we're picking governors. Shout out to the governor of Maryland, Mr. Wes Moore. Go ahead, my brother. I'm an avid watcher of Soledad, and I saw his interview with Soledad a couple of months ago, and just recently, I think she replayed it. Sometimes it comes in handy to review those things and remember those things. What's up, Duke? And we're just trying to see, where do we go from here? Okay, midterms are over almost, but where do we go from here? Democrats have control of the Senate. Looks like from Steve Kornacki, it looks like Republicans will have control of the House. Now, I just heard a conversation with Ari on the beat that the House committee on January 6th needs to move the court case or that committee over to the Senate, because if the House takes control, if the Republicans take control of the House, they're going to cut it short. They're going to cut it off. It's going to stop it in its tracks. So they need to pass that baton over to the Senate that will have that control. So let's pay attention. Let's get on our senators and our representatives and let them know, don't wait till the last minute. Get this done. Get this done. Donald Trump is not coming to testify about anything, because he'd be coming to perjure himself, because he'd be telling another lie. He told a lie. He is a lie. And that's the truth. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you that I'm kind of excited about is Trevor Noah is coming to Louisville. I want a front row seat because I think he's such a witty young man. I mean, if you just listen to his delivery and his portrayal of our political system, it's amazing that he can find humor in it. Sometimes I say it's not funny, but the delivery is hysterical. And if you live in Louisville, you should all plan to go see Trevor when he comes. I think he's coming in February, they said. Black History Month in Louisville. All right. That's different. So I've got two of my Kentucky State classmates on, Andy Williams and Jacqueline Durant. I wish you all send me your email address and you can come on and you can talk to me about how you think things are going with our country. I mean, how close we came to losing our democracy. And that's what we have to pay attention to every day. We have to get up, have our coffee, take our medicine, do everything we have to do. And then we say, where's the country? You know what I'm saying? We have to say, where is our country today? Are we moving forward? Or are we not? Are we going backwards? If some people could have something to say about that, they'd be moving us backwards. I'm not into going backwards. See, you can't get ahead looking through the rearview mirror. You can't drive forward looking through the rearview mirror. You won't make it. So we know how they play the game. And we know what we must do. But all it is everybody must do their part. Do your part. Do your part. Talk about your part. Be engaged. Have these conversations on an ongoing basis. Because you can find out where people are. And if they aren't where they need to be, some people say, I don't watch television. Really? Do you read the paper? And there are no more newspapers, hardly. So if you read the paper, your paper is on the internet. So now, how many people read the newspaper on the internet? But you watch Facebook. You watch all the little videos, things of that nature. Thank you, sweetheart. So I just wanted to come on. I didn't want to not have a show because my guest had to cancel. But just to let you know that the beat goes on. The beat goes on. Everybody get on your job. Get on your job. We still have work to do. We still have plans that we're making. I look at the things that I have before me that I need to get done before 2023. I said, man, I still got a full plate. I still have a full plate. I want to take this show, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, to another level. So I got things planned for that. I've got to learn how to run a camera Oh, yes, because we're getting ready to upgrade. Our guests will hopefully be in-house. If COVID doesn't flare up again now, here in Kentucky, we got a little influx going on. So it's still out there, and I think everyone still needs to be aware of that we have to be careful. We have to be careful about every aspect of our lives, period. Our comings and our goings, our interactions with people, um, the political landscape that we live in. I live in a red state, and Mitch McConnell will be here, it seems like forever. Rand Paul's have succeeded. Rand Paul defeated our young black candidate that was running for Senate, Charles Booker. But if you look at the logistics, Kentucky does not have an influx of black people that live in the whole state of Kentucky. Even though they vote for Democratic governors, our senators, now they're playing this game that all of the senators from Kentucky are on the federal level. Oh, wait. I think we've got a brother in the Senate on the state level. We got a couple of brothers on the state level. I know we've got Senator Gerald Neal from Kentucky State University. He's a state senator. I think we've got a couple of more on the state level. But the federal level, Kentucky is a red state. Las Vegas, get it together. We don't want you to be a red state. All while I lived there, Las Vegas was a red state. And speaking of Las Vegas, I just want to make mention that kudos out to Scott Johnson and the collaboration that get my speech together. The collaboration that he's working with to bring back the Moulin Rouge. Oh yes, the Moulin Rouge, as we used to call it back in the day, the Rouge. We loved hanging out at the Rouge. The Rouge was the focal point of entertainment in West Las Vegas. And one of the ladies, the lady that owned it and the only woman to have a gaming license in the world, a black woman to have a gaming license in the world, was my girlfriend, Sarah Ann Knight Pretty. So I know she's looking down and saying thank you, and really in Sarah Ann fashion, she would also be saying, it's about time. Okay? It's about time. So I'm looking forward to what the plans are going to be. I want to be involved. I lived there for, like I said, over 30 years. So all goodbyes ain't gone. Just so you know. I just want you to know. So listen, everyone, we're going to be here next Monday with Mr. Brandon Hill, talking about the event coming up on December 3rd. And we've got a new leader of the Urban League here, Miss Sadiqa Reynolds. She resigned. She didn't retire. No way she could retire because she's still busy. She just got another job. And we have a new leader for our Louisville Urban League. And congratulations to Dr. Kimmy. I want to say Cornish, but that's not her last name. I have to get the last name. Forgive me. That's my faux pas. That was definitely a faux pas. So everyone else, it's dinner time. I'm going to let you go have your dinner. Thank you for listening. I hope I said something that was relevant to you, relevant to the state of affairs that we're dealing with all over the country. Keep an eye on the political scene. Like I said, if you don't live in Atlanta, you can still send Warnock your financial contributions to help his campaign because he needs to win. We need to have 51 votes so that we can get everything done. And I mean everything. And we need to stay on top of our senators and our House representatives to get the things done that need to be done. That segment of the civil rights bill that they gutted needs to be put back. Okay? On that note, bon appetit, it's dinner time. Guess who's coming to dinner? I'll see you next week. Ciao.
Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming?
Okay, so where